Okay. I don't know which banner is the first banner, but I think I will know on Tuesday because they drop the news in game and there will be announcement on Twitter and etc.
Prelude to arrival.
There's no focused mode for this, so Luther. Right, so you must be here for the DPS. Luther, I was expecting you. As order know about the Fabricatorium, no need to worry, there is and been made obligatory. We decided to keep it so after the discussion. Not long after you brought the news, a private meeting was held between the order and Montel and the Physalia families. So religious parties find common ground, especially under such circumstances. An agreement was made to keep the incident under wraps for now. To prevent the confusion of freedom of the stream, we will need a thorough investigation. Conoco's have become idle, but and would be understood with them and tell us the fate of the hurricane would be decided once we all fully understand it. The Vasily expertise in eco control, command the this terminal technology played in the smooth transition of the Fabricatorium's operations. Once everyone is ready, the truth will be revealed to all of Ragona. You need me here because you are the only person who's been to the turned unscathed. We couldn't think of anyone who can in this mission than yourself. I'll be responsible for documenting any findings. It would be most helpful if you could be my guide and explain along the way so our investigation can be as detailed as possible. The Fabricatorium, the order and the families have decided that I am best suited for this task. Let us go. So did thank me. Was that Carlota? Fallen grave coldness. And it litter these obscure corners. Only a few straggler echoes remain watching their own kind being fed into the furnace one by one. The regarded common echoes from the never getting out the birth or death, but here lies the dissolving and decaying truth behind the miracles. The grains will be recycled once broken down. The frequency energy can be reused in this way for them echoes to be reborn after waiting their end. The energy lead the reborn echoes retain their past consciousness, giving their to answer questions. Yeah, they don't retain that. If you need it, I suppose I will have to take notes more carefully to talk like this too. Yeah, we're talking like Frolova. Police disintegrated if you to fully comprehend in such a short time. Scripture of this place like the work of everyone who have done some research prior to your last visit. From the person that was with me at the time, she was one of the founders of this place. Metal had a few notes here. Grave realized heavily on frequency decomposers. Only a small number of echoes maintained their operation and no personnel appeared during the course of investigation. Feature may require fewer staff. Piloting and handling anomalies on the common echoes requires further revision. It should be offered a choice rather than hopelessly be sent on a conveyor belt for disassembly and smelting. Okay, they're trying to be human, I guess, but this whole thing is shit. They're asking me to ride the current. No, I'm not gonna do that. It will take a long time for me to just run from here. In the files earlier, this is the area where common echoes are brought to be incubated. This is you see still running are eco-brewers. It's economic. That's why there's heavy security and so many researchers. The pipes transport. Where are the researchers? The pipes transport frequency energy. The recycled echoes from the fallen grave feed the creation of new ones. Pieced together from innumerable broken frequencies, new ones bear no relation to the past. I used to be a researcher for frequency studies. One look at the readings is enough to know that every trace of the old data is erased. Years in the lab can numb one's mind, eventually stop seeing the subjects as living individuals. I keep reminding myself not to go down that path, but here it feels like everyone's the echo and expendable tools, not living beings. Is this not a betrayal of our faith? I've heard it phrased differently before. The fucking hits in the feels. Someone once told me it's vibrancy in the ruin and opus of eternal life. Of course, she would say that, right? Frolova. You mean the cycle is the immortal broken unity of life? No, that is a fallacy. Our unity must never be built upon the sacrifice of self-awareness. Of course, like these poor echoes. I guess Frolova is right. Staying in the middle of this place has gone back to normal. The coast shouldn't be behaving like this. Since we haven't reached the deeper truth, this place is more than just a factory for echoes. The new research data I gather indicates the order has been secretly pushing experiments on echo consciousness control in the facility. In other words, if things had gone according to the orders plan, the echoes would become mere puppets and watchdogs entirely under their control. But we should have led with faith, not attempting control through force. If all we have is sand slipping through our fingers, no matter how tightly we grasp something would have mattered. Why, Primus Fenrico, why must you do this? But I need to talk to myself sometimes. Let's move on and document this place. Fenrico was not the one who was doing that, right? That was Frolova and Dark Tide, right? Why is he still here? Shall we move on to the next? Let's go. What was that? Document is close to right. Let's take some pictures. Amount of energy stored here is astronomical. Energy of science and energy storage. The data stores 2 types of energy being stored here. The measures are to be found in the fallen gear recycled components must be stored here before being distributed to incubation areas. The energy source appeared on devices we saw before. It's for the power source that supports the Fabricatorium's operations. But why is it giving a low energy level reading? It must be because of the explosion. We had to return at some of the energy to escape from underground. There's an underground section of the strand that's where energy storage area is located. The transmission is still a way down there. Go take a look. Looks like the path is sealed. We'll need someone to repair the underground levels first. Like someone must have salvaged some files from below. They're not entirely aware of the generator seems to be from another era. Now, given the age of these records, the conclusions about the women are far ahead of their time. And if you look over this again, I'm sure we don't miss any critical information. Yeah, because Frolova didn't. She share her research with anyone. Project Echo One meeting record when entities inherently possess consciousness even after being cut and bridge their chaotic consciousness process. That means they still tend to evolve by absorbing reverberations after being stabilized into common echoes. While we have managed to suppress their absorption instinct and boost frequency cutting, preventing their chaotic evolution, but to fully eliminate their consciousness, perhaps we should change course and create entirely new consciousness modules. We can implant only the consciousness we need into the echoes, forcibly overriding their own consciousness. So they granted to us allows this artistry. Is this Fenrico? Or writing? Or was this actually Fenrico's idea, not the Dark Tides? Or who is the Dark Tide? What was the name of that frequency? I don't remember. We can implant only the consciousness or writing the consciousness only for the destabilize the common echoes and stop the established methods of the creation. I think there was no ideal solution. The new consciousness module could be planted deeply within the echo's original consciousness, functioning only when needed. In the meantime, we can continue researching how to improve the structure of consciousness transformation, but there is one thing: the deeper consciousness activated, it would be irreversible. We must delay activation indefinitely till we can ensure the echo's stability after alteration. Are they working with Frodo or are they not? I can still read it after closing it, that's good. Okay, it's a dialogue one. Why are you dropping this like that? Did she take this photo before finishing her work? Was this the lost beyond? It is the end goal of the Sonoro experiment by the Fraxidus overseer. I heard of such a but how are they involved in all of this? This is where Fenrico collaborated with the Fraxidus. The famous understands their can better than I do. Why would he do such a thing? This lost beyond, does it pose a threat to Raguna? No, the lost beyond has nothing to do with Raguna. It's only about someone with an obsession and a distant deluded dream. Fuck you, Rover. Some said they're dangerous. Quite the opposite. That was likely her final show of weakness. The lost beyond is no longer here. Don't worry. It won't interfere with the Fabricatorium's operations. It is an impression. With the pass for a moment, then handed you the photo. Very well. The families place their trust in you. Then I have no reason to doubt here. You should take this photo. You are not mistaken. You must know the personality to this photo. It seems more fitting for you to have it. Let me see here. We have completed the data collection, which confirms the code mentioned earlier. The family energy sources were nearly automated. Energy sources are nearly automated, which means people to monitor them. Alright, done. Now let's move on. Wait, what? Compare with the standard Celsius. Oh, thank you. I expect to see some later generation like to all and fix the honor dignity. But I'm not sure I follow. I can contradict you normally. Why is that? To silence it, I understand the new table do not release a road paved by many. Their victims of the order special transformation, billing martyrs in their attempt. Might be because Fenrico is keeping the cost of failure in check. After countless failures, their minds are filled with chaos and able to live a normal life. Those who survive the attackings could only cling to their faith. This place has nothing to do with production of the experiments. It's just Fenrico's last refuge for them where they can live peacefully away from the rest of the world. And this will remain under our care. This instrumental asylum, I guess. But the question of the escape is truth for yourself. Wait, where is he? Oh wait, okay. But where is that light coming from? Is it up there? This is just a shadow. Where is he? I beg of you, tell me everything that's happened. Do you know about the false divinity? Yes, soon after I was chosen for investigation, I started from the celestial and the truth about the center and the throne. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the Trinodium. Your place in the order must be quite significant to be shown secrets like this. Enrico must have known about this earlier than we ever expected. But he forgot, or to be more precise, his thoughts were muddled after being rooted by the dark tide. And rooted in his mind, he had to record fragments of the truth with his last remaining sanity and keep them buried in the depths of the sea. He and other acolytes once sought ways to save Raguna, until he realized that only by attempting it himself could there be hope of success. But he forgot an important thing: he was the harbinger of the dark tide. The sentence in jail must slip back into the dark tide. Fortunately, the lantern awakened him, and he gave everything to stop the spread of the dark tide. But in that exchange, explained what many years ago I had a few exchanges with the former privy councillor. He mentioned that back in the seminary days, when Rick was a different person before becoming privy, an old even as an old fellow classmate, he felt like a complete stranger. He never understood why. Wait, what the fuck? Why there are these things? He never understood why, even when he was sent on the pilgrim's sail. I suppose what you have told me is the reason. Fenric was forced to kill his friend? I mean, indirect, I guess.
Will the approaching sounds be symphony of life?
Not wise to hold everything too tightly. Sometimes letting go brings great rewards. That friend does only harm may not be worth continuing. This guy is quite fucking important, I think. Understand Laguna still needs a place where the echoes can call home. There's one last thing I need to tell you. This is the control of the entire overseeing all of its areas. Each region has a similar device that reacts to every change. I noticed and recorded an image of it. Someone once told me that everything in mirror frequencies melodies can bend the rhythm of existence and orchestrating their essence which shape their very nature. The key to Fabricatorium's operations is a melody. Keep this melody, make sure it plays well and will remain stable. That's because they used her power to make it work. If you want to make changes, you have to adjust the melody, no way around it. See, I do. A song as if I can almost hear a story from it. I have recorded seeing how focused you are. I took the liberty of capturing your image as long as it helps you. Your guidance has been essential to my understanding of this testimony will make this place better. The age of lies is behind us now. Now that the shadow of the order has lifted, I'm sure the bright days will come. While looking at me like that, there's ambition in your eyes. Isn't that good ambition? Or you might call it a desire for the better. Everybody needs change. The Raguna is of a better future, but who will lead that change? I'm not sure. Sir, give you a calm and meaningful smile before bowing deeply in gratitude. So it is possible to come here, huh? Because once I go there, I just can't leave that area.
Join me in accompaniment. Thus you fall, whales rejoicing. Witness blossoms being milled.
Okay, let's check how many wishes I have. 42 wishes and 30 pity. 72. I have 1 pity ready. Let's say 70 pulls per character. I need 4 pities per pity. I need 280 pulls minus. I have 30 pity minus. I have 42 pulls. I need 208 pulls to get the both Yuno and August, and also want Yuno's weapon, just because if I win both 50s then I'll get Yuno's weapon. If not, then I'll just skip, because I want Chisander weapon. Definitely want Chisander weapon at any cost, and I want Galvarena as well. Not her weapon, but Galvarena as a character. But I definitely want Chisa's weapon, no matter the cost. I want it. I don't know, no matter the cost, but I want it. Anyways, so we have that double drop event to do tomorrow, so I guess I'll have to go to... Yeah, I was talking about some region. I guess it is the new region. Yeah, because I remember the name faintly and I don't think it is in this. It was something like, this is the one that comes close to it, but this is not where there are two statues standing facing each other. That region, I don't remember that. In this region there are no statues like that. I think it is a new region coming in next patch, most probably. Anyways, I think we are done with this. The only thing remaining is the... Wait, 42 bulls I said, right? And how many are there in this? That's not 1200 divided by 160. That's 7 pulls. That's a lot actually. 7 pulls, almost 8, and plus 6 days. 7 pulls plus 6. Let's calculate that again. Minus 7.5 pulls minus 6 days more until patch drops. We need 194 more. This is gonna be hard. I mean, I have 64 pulls in corals, but I don't wanna use them. Yes, that's that.